He used to walk into a room and feel like a ghost. At parties or bars, he'd blend into the background, nursing a drink in the corner, watching other people laugh and connect with ease. He'd wonder, what was the secret language they were all speaking? On dates, his stomach would be a knot of anxiety, terrified of the conversation running dry. He'd ask a question, get a one-word answer, and then that dreaded awkward silence would hang in the air, thick and heavy. He felt invisible. He wanted so badly to connect, to be seen, to make people feel something positive. But it was like there was an invisible wall he just couldn't break through. He started to believe that charisma was a gift, some magical trait you were either born with or you weren't. And he concluded, was not. Then, he discovered 5 subtle shifts. These weren't about learning cheesy pickup lines or faking a personality. They weren't about becoming a loud, over-the-top alpha male. They were small, almost invisible changes in how he approached the world and himself. But these 5 shifts changed everything. He went from being the guy no one remembered to the guy who builds instant rapport and leaves a powerful, positive impression wherever he goes, from feeling invisible to feeling connected. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 secrets that made it all possible. These are the secrets that unlock the natural charisma you already have. And by the end of this video, you won't just know what they are. You'll know how to use them to change your own life, starting today. Secret 1. Become an active listener instead of a passive hearer. The first secret, and honestly the foundation of all charisma, is shifting from being a passive hearer to an active listener. It sounds simple, almost too simple to be a secret. But 99% of people get this completely wrong. Think about the last conversation you had. Were you truly listening, or were you just waiting for your turn to talk? Most of us spend conversations planning our next sentence, thinking of a clever story to prove ourselves, or judging what the other person is saying. That's passive hearing. Your ears are working, but your mind is somewhere else entirely. The man in our story, let's call him Alex, was the king of passive hearing. On dates, while the other person was talking, his mind would be racing. Okay, she's a graphic designer. I should ask about a cool project. No, that's boring. Maybe I can tell that funny story about my old job. Is that a good idea? What if she doesn't think it's funny? Oh no, she stopped talking. My turn. Say something smart. The result? Disconnected, awkward conversations. The other person could feel he wasn't really there. The shift to active listening is about turning your full, undivided attention outward. It's a conscious choice to make the other person the absolute center of your universe for that moment. Real charisma doesn't start with how interesting you are. It starts with how interested you become. When you make someone feel truly heard, you give them a powerful psychological gift. They feel seen, they feel valued, and in return, they feel drawn to you. So, how do you actually do it? It comes down to 3 practical moves. First, focus and kill distractions. This is non-negotiable. Put your phone away, not just face down on the table, in your pocket, out of sight. Turn your body toward them, your feet, your torso, your face, all pointing at them. This sends a powerful non-verbal signal that says, I'm with you. Don't scan the room or look over their shoulder. Nothing kills a connection faster than making someone feel like you're looking for a better option. Second, listen to understand, not to reply. This is the internal shift. As they speak, your only goal is to get their world. What are they really saying? What's the feeling behind their words? Instead of thinking, what can I say next? Ask yourself, what are they feeling right now? Or what's the most important part of this to them? Third, and this is the technique that supercharges the whole thing, reflect and validate. After they share something, prove you were listening by reflecting it back in your own words. You're not a parrot. You're summarizing the essence of what they said. Let's go back to Alex's date. Old Alex would have panicked. New Alex, the active listener, tries this instead. Her. So I was on this big campaign for a new client, and my boss changed the entire brief at the last minute. I had to stay up for 2 nights straight to get it done. It was exhausting. Old Alex. Wow, that sucks. One time at my job. And he immediately makes it about himself. New Alex. Pauses for a second. That's brutal. So your boss basically pulled the rug out from under you, and you had to pull it out of the fire on no sleep. That sounds incredibly stressful. See the difference? That second response does 3 magical things. It proves he was listening. It validates her feelings. That sounds incredibly stressful. And it invites her to say more, without him desperately searching for the next question. Her likely response will be, "Exactly. It was so stressful because..." And just like that, the conversation is flowing. This one shift was a game changer for Alex. He stopped trying to be the center of attention and started making others the center of his attention. He'd ask a question and then just listen. People started opening up. They'd walk away from a 5-minute chat feeling like they'd known him for years, and they'd remember him, not for a witty joke, but for how he made them feel heard. Secret 2. Master calm, confident body language. Before you even say a word, you've already communicated 1,000 things. Your body language is the silent billboard that tells people if you're confident, nervous, open, or closed off. Charismatic men understand this, and they use their nonverbals to project warmth and confidence from the second they walk in a room. Think about old Alex. His body language was a textbook of insecurity. He'd make himself small, shoulders hunched, arms crossed over his chest, a classic defensive shield. He'd fidget, tap his foot, constantly check his phone. All little flares of nervous energy. His eye contact was darting and uncertain. He was physically broadcasting the message, "I'm uncomfortable. I don't belong here." And people, whether they realized it or not, picked up on that and kept their distance. The secret isn't to adopt some fake aggressive posture you saw in a movie. That just looks try-hard or weird. The real secret is to cultivate relaxed confidence. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and your own space. It's an energy that says, "I'm calm, and you can be calm around me." Here are the 3 pillars of charismatic body language. First, posture and presence. This is the fastest, biggest change you can make. Stand up straight, but not stiff. Imagine a string gently pulling you up from the top of your head, lengthening your spine. Then, roll your shoulders up, back, and let them drop. This simple move opens up your chest, which makes you look more confident and literally helps you breathe deeper, calming you down. Don't cross your arms. Let them hang loosely, or hold your drink at your side, not as a barrier in front of your chest. An open posture is an invitation. Second, steady, relaxed eye contact. This is a delicate dance. Too little eye contact says you're insecure. Too much feels creepy and intense. The sweet spot is relaxed, confident eye contact. When you're listening, aim for eye contact about 70 to 80% of the time. Let your eyes be soft, not a piercing stare. It's natural to look away briefly when you're thinking. A simple trick? When you first meet someone, just notice the color of their eyes. This gives you a quick, specific task that creates natural, non-threatening eye contact. And your best tool here is a genuine smile that reaches your eyes. It turns a neutral gaze into a warm, inviting one. Third, controlled, purposeful movement. Charismatic men aren't frantic. Their movements are deliberate and calm. Rushed, jerky motions signal anxiety. So, slow down. When you walk into a room, don't rush to the nearest wall. Walk in calmly, pause for a second, and scan the room with a gentle smile. When you talk, use your hands to gesture. Gesturing makes you more engaging and actually helps your brain find the right words. Just keep your gestures open, palms up is a sign of honesty, and contained in the space between your shoulders and your waist. If you feel the urge to fidget, channel that energy into a purposeful gesture or just clasp your hands gently. When Alex started doing this, the effect was immediate. Just standing tall and open changed how he felt on the inside. More grounded, more solid. He practiced holding relaxed eye contact with cashiers, just for a second longer than usual, always with a smile. At parties, instead of rushing to the bar, he would walk in, pause, and just observe. That little moment of stillness projected huge confidence. People started approaching him. His body was sending a new message. I'm confident, relaxed, and open to connecting. And that invitation, was all people needed. Secret 3. Radiate genuine warmth and positivity. Have you ever met a guy who, without being loud or the center of attention, just commands respect and has people wanting to talk to him? That magnetic pull is almost always rooted in genuine warmth and positivity. Charisma isn't a cold, hard skill. It's fundamentally warm. It's the emotional equivalent of walking into a warm room on a cold day. And the fastest way to project this is with your most powerful, underrated tool, a genuine smile. Our friend Alex used to smile only as a reaction to something funny. His face would often settle into a neutral, slightly intense expression. He was so trapped in his own head about what to do or say next that he didn't realize he was projecting a cold, unapproachable vibe. He was unintentionally telling the world, "Stay away." The secret he discovered is that a smile isn't just a response to feeling good. It's a cause of feeling good. The simple act of smiling sends signals to your brain that can actually lift your mood. More importantly, it's an invitation. A real smile, one that crinkles the corners of your eyes, conveys true happiness and warmth, and it's incredibly contagious. But radiating warmth is more than just smiling. It's the energy you bring to an interaction. It's about consciously choosing positivity. Charismatic men are not complainers. They aren't cynical. They don't drag conversations down into negativity or gossip. They lift people up. Here's how to cultivate this magnetic warmth. First, lead with a proactive smile. Don't wait for someone else to smile first. When you make eye contact with someone, across a room or on the street, offer a small, real smile. It's a tiny gesture, but it's a powerful act of social generosity that signals you're friendly and open. For Alex, this was a huge hurdle. He started small, smiling at the barista. They almost always smiled back. That little feedback loop built his confidence to the point where his daily interactions became friendlier and lighter. Second, choose a positive emotional filter. Your attitude is a choice. You can focus on what's wrong with a situation, or you can find what's right. In a conversation, actively steer away from complaining. If someone else is negative, you can acknowledge their feeling. That does sound really difficult, without piling on. Instead, be a source of encouragement. This doesn't mean being fake. It means choosing to look for the good and express it. Instead of, "This place is dead," try, "Hey, maybe we'll actually be able to get a drink without waiting 20 minutes. One is a dead end, the other is an opening." Third, give sincere, specific compliments. Charismatic men make others feel good about themselves, but there's a huge difference between empty flattery and a real compliment. "You look nice" is fine. "That's a really sharp jacket. The color is perfect on you" is 1,000 times better. Specificity shows you're actually paying attention. Compliment people on things they control. Their clever insight, their killer taste in music, or their dedication to a project at work. When Alex started focusing on warmth, his interactions transformed. His smile became his opening line. He made a conscious effort to stop complaining and was surprised to find he felt more positive himself. He started noticing small, admirable things about people and mentioning them. People lit up in his presence. They felt good around him, and because of that, they wanted to be around him more. That's the essence of warmth. It's not about you. It's about how you make others feel. All right, we've just covered 3 massive secrets: active listening, confident body language, and genuine warmth. Just getting one of these down can fundamentally change your social life. But mastering all of them takes practice. If you're finding this valuable and you're ready to go even deeper, to not just learn the what, but to truly master the how, do one simple thing right now. Right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every week, we go deep on the skills for unshakable confidence and magnetic charisma. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about real transformation. If you're serious about this, make sure you don't miss what's coming. Join the community, and let's get after it. Now on to secret number 4, because this one is about unlocking your unique power. Secret 4. Unleash your authentic passion. There's a huge myth about charisma that says you need to be a smooth talker or the life of the party. That is completely false. Some of the most charismatic men in the world are quiet, introverted, even a little bit awkward. So what's their secret? They are unapologetically, authentically passionate about something. Charisma isn't about having the right interests like sports or cars. It's about having a genuine enthusiasm that lights you up. When you talk about something you truly love, whether it's astrophysics, building furniture, 90s hip-hop, or fantasy football, something inside you changes. Your voice shifts. Your eyes come alive. People aren't necessarily drawn to the subject. They are drawn to the energy of your passion. That energy is contagious. A big part of Alex's problem was that he was trying to be the guy he thought other people wanted. He'd ask generic questions about popular TV shows he didn't even watch, topics he thought were safe. He'd hide his real interests, his love for building intricate model ships, his deep knowledge of ancient history, afraid people would find them nerdy or boring. He was filtering himself into a beige, forgettable person. The fourth secret is to stop filtering and start transmitting. It's about having the courage to be yourself. Authenticity is the bedrock of real charisma. People have a built-in radar for fakeness. When they sense you're performing or hiding parts of yourself, they can't trust you. And without trust, there's no real connection. Here's how to do it. First, identify and own your passions. Seriously, think about this. What do you get lost in? What could you talk about for hours? Make a list. It doesn't matter what these things are, only that they're genuinely yours. For Alex, it was his model ships in ancient Rome. For you, it might be coding, marathon running, or volunteering at an animal shelter. Own them. Be proud of them. These aren't your weird quirks. They're the source of your unique power. Second, share your passion. Don't hijack the conversation. This isn't about forcing your hobbies on everyone. It's about weaving them naturally into conversation. If someone asks what you did over the weekend, don't just say, "Oh, nothing much." Tell them the truth with a spark of enthusiasm. Old Alex: "What did you do this weekend?" Not much, just relaxed." Conversation over. New Alex: "What did you do this weekend?" "I actually spent most of Saturday working on this incredibly detailed model of a 17th century warship. It's a huge project, but getting the tiny rigging just right is so weirdly satisfying, like a form of meditation for me." How about you? That second answer is 1,000 times more charismatic. It opens so many doors. The other person might ask to see a picture. They might share a niche hobby of their own, or they might just be captivated by the genuine excitement in his voice. He isn't seeking their approval. He's simply sharing his authentic enthusiasm. Third, be curious about their passions. This is the other half of the secret. When you start sharing your passions, you make it safe for others to share theirs. Become a passion detective. Ask questions that uncover what makes other people light up. Instead of just, "What do you do?" Try, "What's an exciting project you're working on?" Or, "What's something you're really into outside of work?" When you find that spark in someone else and encourage it, you create an incredibly powerful bond. When Alex stopped hiding his nerdy interests, he discovered they weren't a liability. They were his superpower. They made him unique and memorable. He had one date where he talked about the naval tactics of the Punic Wars for 10 minutes, and she was mesmerized. Not because she cared about ancient battles, but because she was captivated by his passion. He wasn't trying to be charismatic. He was just being himself. And it turns out, that's the most charismatic thing you can be. Secret 5. Develop your emotional intelligence. If the first 4 secrets are the tools, this 5th secret is the master skill that lets you use them all. It's the ability to read the emotional landscape of a social situation and adapt in real time. This is emotional intelligence, or EQ. High EQ is the invisible thread connecting everything. It's what tells you when to listen and when to talk. It's how you read someone's body language and understand their unspoken feelings. It's what lets you share your passion without overwhelming someone. Without EQ, the best techniques can fall flat. Early on, Alex had very low social intelligence. He operated from a script in his head. He didn't adapt to the person in front of him or the mood of the room. He was so focused on his own anxiety and what to say next that he was completely blind to the social cues happening right in front of him. He was like someone playing a social video game on the hardest difficulty with the screen turned off. Developing EQ is about turning the screen on. It's the journey from self-focus to social awareness. It's what separates a social mechanic from a social artist. Here are the two core parts of developing your EQ for charisma. First, become a social detective. This starts with pure observation. When you enter a room, don't just look for someone to talk to. Observe the dynamics. Who's talking to whom? What's the energy like? High and loud, or quiet and intimate? In a conversation, look past the words. Notice the micro-expressions. Did their eyes light up when they mentioned that topic? Did their body language close off when you brought up another? Social awareness is about constantly gathering this data. A great exercise is to go to a coffee shop, put your phone away, and just watch people. Try to guess their relationships based on nonverbal cues. This practice trains your brain to pick up on the subtle signals you've been missing. Second, practice social adaptability. Awareness is useless if you don't act on it. Adaptability is adjusting your behavior based on the social data you're collecting. This is the highest level of charisma. It means if you're talking to a quiet, introverted person, you match their energy. You slow down, speak more softly, and give them space. If you notice someone's eyes glazing over as you're rambling about your passion, you have the awareness to see it and the adaptability to say, "Anyway, I'm going on and on. I'm really curious to hear about," and turn the spotlight back to them. This isn't about being fake. It's about being considerate. You're tuning yourself to their frequency. This skill is what allows charismatic men to connect with anyone, from a shy intern to a boisterous CEO. For Alex, this was the final piece of the puzzle. He learned to read the room. He could sense when a group chat was dying and inject a good open-ended question. He could tell when someone was feeling left out and bring them into the fold. His focus had shifted completely from, "How am I doing?" to, "How are they doing? How are we doing?" That outward focus is the ultimate secret. By developing his EQ, Alex was no longer just following rules. He was dancing, he was improvising, he was connecting, genuinely and effortlessly, because he finally understood the music. So, let's bring it all home. We started with Alex, a guy who felt like a ghost, completely invisible. He believed charisma was a magic trick he could never learn. But what he discovered were 5 fundamental shifts. He went from passively hearing to actively listening, making people feel truly seen. He shifted his presence to project calm, confident body language, inviting people in without a word. He cultivated genuine warmth and positivity, becoming a source of good energy people were drawn to. He stopped hiding and unleashed his authentic passion, understanding that real enthusiasm is contagious. And finally, he tied it all together by developing his emotional intelligence, learning to read and adapt to any social situation with grace. Notice that none of these are about being someone you're not. They're about removing the layers of anxiety and self-doubt that are hiding the naturally charismatic man you already are. They're about shifting your focus from yourself to others. The journey from being invisible to being memorable isn't about learning a script. It's about learning to connect. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned. It takes practice and courage, but it is absolutely within your reach.